Okay, ladies and germs, another direct upload because, number one, I'm really freaking exhausted and I do not want to edit tonight. Edit takes time, takes money. Well, it doesn't take money, but it just takes too much time, and I don't know. Sometimes this Eikaiwa thing is just really, I don't know, it's exhausting me, and I can understand why English teachers have the worst Japanese accents in the world. But anyway, I thought I would do something today because, what is it, Cinemassacre.com released his top 30 favorite movies. So I thought I'd do something similar and talk about my top 30 movies and why they are my top 30 movies. Alright, let's begin. One of my top favorite movies here, I have right here with me, is The Thing. Now, The Thing is made by John Carpenter. Now, what I love about this film is that it's a particularly interesting film about a shape-shifting creature who comes from another planet. But it's done so well, and it's for the 1980s. It's incredible. The special effects are mind-blowing. I really enjoyed it. It's very suspenseful. Wilford Brimley's in it, of all people. It's all about the oatmeal, you know. And Kurt Russell, if not, no. Did I say Kurt Russell? Yeah. Kurt Russell. Yeah. Okay, good. I get him confused sometimes with, what's his name? Jeff Bridges for some reason. Not sure why. Great acting. It still haunts me to this day, and I love this film. Especially the scene with the dog. I remember this for the rest of my life. But anyway, great film. Highly recommended. Next favorite film. And bear in mind, these are all films I'd bring with me on a desert island. Now, the next favorite film is UHF. Weird Al Yankovic's first and only movie. Weird Al Yankovic made this film when there was a bunch of other films coming out, Batman and a couple of others, and it bombed at the box office. But what I love about this film, it's very quotable. There's so many memorable scenes, like Spatula City, Gandhi 2, and it's probably the first film that stars Michael Richards before he became a racist. And a lot of famous actors in it. What's her name? She has an annoying voice. What was her name? Oh, Fran Drescher. She's in it. And Victoria Jackson from Saturday Night Live has a lot of parodies. Makes a lot of fun of a lot of television. You know how hip I am in pop culture and mocking pop culture. Anyway, one of my favorites, UHF. Moving on. My other favorite, Sevem Samurai, an all-time classic. One of my favorite films of all time. Now, if you're wondering why is this a classic and why does it make it such a great film, I highly recommend you watch the commentary track on this film by Donald Ritchie. Now, Donald Ritchie is the one foreigner in Tokyo who I haven't met yet. I've met all the rest of them. I know all of you. It's great to meet all of you in the flesh, all the Tokyoites, the foreigners who are particularly famous, I say. But you start to realize what that word famous means over here after meeting them. Not saying that like it's a bad thing, but anyway, so yeah, some of the shots and the techniques are mind-blowing. The photography and cinematography are stunning. I can't recommend this movie enough. I mean, I know it's in black and white and has subtitles, and we're all born in the MTV generation, and you hate that kind of stuff, but get over it. It's 3.5 hours long, and it's the fastest 3.5 hours of your life. It's incredible and epic. Okay, so, next film. Now, some people hate this movie. It's Kung Pao. This is the Japanese DVD. What I love about this film is I went into it expecting, like, the worst movie ever. Like, another one of these parodies, like, not 300, like, the superhero movies. The parodies today are terrible. But I think this is the last good one. Because what it does is it takes this old kung fu film from the 1970s and they totally rework it. And they just make fun of the entire thing. I just think it's brilliant. You know, just people making fun of like an old 1970s film and trying to throw yourself into an old 1970s film. It's hilarious. I think the concept and the idea just, I don't know, that has me laughing, personally. That's what I like. Next favorite film. This film is called Man Bites Dog. This was actually one of the main inspirations for my film, The Republican. Most notably, the whole film follows around a serial killer who three filmmakers follow around with 16mm cameras shooting this. Now, this movie's kind of outdated because this was before reality TV. Now it was still shocking for its day, but it was rated NC-17 when it first came out. And it's a very violent film. It's funny, it's black and white, it's arty. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, next film. This is a film by Shion Sono. Shion Sono is one of my favorite Japanese filmmakers, and this film is a prequel to the Lynch film Suicide Club. Highly recommended. I think I like this better than Suicide Club. It's a very slow and meditative film. It's not like Suicide Club at all. So I highly recommend this one on many different levels because it's very hypnotic. You have to stick with it. I think it's 2.5 hours long, but I really was drawn into this piece. The characters are well developed. Everything just seems to flow very well. And I love the whole surrealistic aspect of this film. So, next film, Dead or Alive. This is by Takashi Miike. Miike Takashi, sure, better, whatever you want to call him. What I love about this film is how fast-paced and exciting this film is. The cinematography, the action, everything about it. I just love how everything flows in this film. It's very absurd. It's crazy. It's out of this world. It's like tons of stuff going on here. What I love the best. I don't think this is in the Japanese version. I think it's on the American one. But the description of why this movie is... well, there's a huge warning label. It says, warning, this motion picture contains explicit portrayals of violent sex, sexual violence, clowns, and violent scenes of violent excess, which are definitely not suitable for all audiences. So, it's kind of a violent film, but I highly recommend it. It has an ending that you'll never forget. In other words, you'll love it or you'll hate it. I love the whole... It's just great. I can't recommend it anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. And then next film, Supervixens. This movie had a pretty big impact on my life. It's a B-movie by Russ Meyer, featuring bodacious, scantily clad women who were particularly voluptuous. And he always has these particular interesting situations with these women who are in power. Quentin Tarantino is highly influenced by Russ Meyer in this regard, and his characters are always so memorable, so campy, so different. It's very exciting. It's one of my favorites. It has an ending scene with like one of the most campiest actors up here. One of my favorites from this film, because of his caricature, is... Shit, I can't remember his name. What was this guy's name? Is it on the back of the box? I remember the character's name, Harry Sledge. I don't remember the guy's name. It's pretty bad. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of famous movies. And the next film, the film you always see in all of my movies, all my videos, Eraserhead. One of my all-time favorite films. It's David Lynch's first full-length feature. He spent 4 years of his life making this film, and it's incredible. It's a nightmare, and it's sort of a dark comedy. It's not for everybody. Not everybody likes this film. I know too many people who hate it, but it's like a nightmare. It's a great nightmare, beautiful nightmare, in a bizarre, twisted, surrealistic sort of way. Imagine if it was World War III and everybody's sick and insane. It's hard to interpret this film. It really is. Some people have said it's a film about growing up. Other people tell me it's a film about nothing, like Seinfeld. But I don't think that's it at all. I think they're missing the point. And my next film, and film I don't have with me, I really should, is Evil Dead 2. One of my all-time favorites, because I love this film because I never realized the comedy and a horror film could be in the same movie and it would be a good concoction. I never thought that would be good. I always thought it was just absurd and stupid. But this film really made it for me. It had the suspense, it had comedy, had action, had artistic abilities, that wasn't seen in any other horror/comedy film. I thought all films that were made this way were all made for jokes, and it had no real merit, so to say. Anyway, so those are 10 of my favorite films. We'll address the next 10 of my favorite in the next episode. And I got some complaints from a reviewer that said that my videos are only uploaded at night or in the afternoon. So I'll try to get you a morning one after this series. Alright guys, thanks.